guys, preseason, that was a hell of a deal. That was fun. I mean, man, that was great. I mean, the excitement, the emotion. I thought our guys really just responded consistently, and obviously want to be able to minimize the turnovers, but didn't really surprise me. We were talking on the headset as coaches. It's like, you know what? He's the type of guy that he's probably going to go lead us on a game-winning touchdown drive, and Stetson did a great job. I thought there was a lot of positive things from our defense in sudden change situations. Was really pleased with Josh Carty in the field goal operation. I thought even Ethan Evans punted the ball really well. We've got a chance to be able to pin the one inside the one, and we'll learn from that. But Jordan Whittington also really stood out to me. You can see he's got a great look in his eye, great game day demeanor. I thought a bunch of our young defensive players did as well, and that was fun today. It was awesome to be able to see that for the guys.
What did you make of overall Stetson's day today, and on the interceptions, what did you say?
I really, the first two were tough, because, those are kind of occupational hazards. He'll be able to learn from them. The second two, we got to be able to make better decisions. On his third one, our X fell, so that safety didn't have any work. He ended up coming off. We had a play that we really liked there. And then the last one, he's got a high cross. He's got to just change the way that he's layering that ball. But he is a resilient guy. All of them are ones that he can learn from. And I thought he did a really good job, Jordan, of being able to keep us, ahead of the sticks, really moving us down the field. We obviously kind of petered out in the red zone, but I thought he did a great job getting us in and out of the huddle. Obviously, you want to be able to learn from those plays, but for him to be able to just stay together, make some of the plays. I thought the fourth down where he ended up drawing the penalty to be able to advance the drive, and then for him to obviously create off schedule on 4th and 6 was big time.
Outside of those 4 interceptions, he did orchestrate some long drives, especially early on. What did you like when you saw those drives?
I think it's just that he orchestrated long drives, and part of it was getting us in and out of the right calls and the runs. Part of it was being able to keep the ball in play, whether it was in quick game or even in some of the bootlegs where he's able to extend and make some plays where, he still is delivering the ball well. And then I thought the 4th down conversion with his legs early on in the first quarter was good. But I was pleased with him. You obviously want to, those plays will stand out, but I think it's just about, hey, how do you stay together? How do you respond in the midst of it? And how do you know that, hey, all I can do is the next right thing? And that's exactly what he did on that last drive.
Coach, you didn't give up a touchdown. What did you like defensively?
I thought we were great. I thought we played some really good sudden change football. Obviously, don't want to have that many turnovers, but I thought our guys really tightened up. They had some big plays where they got down in tight red area. We had a bunch of 4th down stops, and so I thought they just did a great job of making them snap it one more time. That's a key thing defensively. We got a lot of guys that fly around. I thought Chris did a great job of I thought the operation was really clean. Omar Spade and Eli Neal, those are 2 young guys that did a great job communicating in the middle. I thought Jalen McCullough really showed up. Cam Kitchens, you felt his presence, especially on a couple plays in the red zone on the far field when I was on the coach's cam. But, yeah, you guys will kill me. I realized when I was on that for the second time, I didn't have my challenge flag. When Lance ran for it, they said, you going to be able to challenge? I said, should I challenge that? And I'm like, oh, no. And then I realized, oh, my God, I do not have the challenge flag. I forgot to bring that thing out. I said, no, I got it. They said, you got proof? I go, oh, you caught me on camera right there. I did not have it. So Brendan Berger saved the day. But there was a lot of positives, and there's always going to be a lot of learning things. But ultimately, I thought the guys had fun. They competed well, and there was progress to be made. And I thought that was on display tonight. Today.
Boston Scott is a guy who has experience in this league. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. There was some good checkdowns in the 2-minute situation. He had the one good run when we were, after the penalty. Sam Wiglusz did a great job, too, on that drive. Tough catches. Ends up getting the helmet in the back, but advances us down to the 30. So I was pleased with Boston today.
Hey, Coach, with Jordan, how much of his game has, been able to grow with him being in such a deep receiving room led by, Cooper and Puka there?
Yeah, he's just a mature rookie. He's so conscientious. Eric Yarber always does such a great job, in addition to Nate Shieldhouse and Rob Calabrese. But he is really, like I said, you don't see guys on game day until you get to game day. And just the look in his eyes, he's a grown man. And he played like a grown man with the ball in his hands. Did a great job without it. I just really like him. He's going to be a factor for us. And I thought today was a good start for him. And he's the type of guy that's only going to continue to grow from that.
Coach,
go ahead, Maria. I'll get you next.
Now that you've seen the kick return in person, up close and personal, what did you think?
Not too much of it, I mean, the schemes are so regulated, right? I mean, people are just running man schemes. Like I've mentioned before, it's going to be an exciting play, but I don't think the preseason is going to give us any indication of what it's really going to look like in week 1. People are very regulated. Some people are kicking it out. And so I think it's good to be able to get a feel for it, kind of work through some of the loopholes. There's obviously been some things that have occurred in other games, but I think really week 1 of the regular season is when we're really going to start to understand and know and figure out how to navigate it as we go.
Coach, you already mentioned Jalen McCullough. He ID'd really well and triggered when he saw plays coming his way. What did he and Tanner Ingle show you today?
Yeah, you just mentioned it. That's one of Jalen's great traits. I think that's also a good trait of Tanner's. He's got a good feel. He's got great toughness, especially in close quarters, where he knows how to navigate people, be able to, get people down because of that toughness, his ability to be able to have a good tackling plan at the point of attack. But both of those guys, they're physically tough, they're mentally tough. Jalen's got similar to what I was saying about Jordan Whittington, that's how I feel about Jalen McCullough. Mature demeanor, tough, kind of a no-nonsense kind of guy. I like being around him. He's done a good job.
Couple more, guys.
He came back in. He's okay. I'm not exactly sure, but he was able to return, so that was a positive for us.
Can you talk about the offensive line play today?
I thought they did a good job. I thought we were able to create some removal in the run game. Seems like really for the most part, with the exception of one sack in that 2-minute drive where we got backed up and we're behind the sticks, I thought they protected well. Stetson seemed like he had some pretty good time. So I was pleased with those guys, and we'll go look at the film and see what it says, but it seemed like it was pretty good.
Coach.
He was great. I thought he was really active at him. I thought you felt him. He's able to beat the center on the block back when they pulled the guard to get a negative. I thought he read out of the stack well on a screen that they had on the near sideline. But I thought he was active. I thought, one of those things that you feel about him is when the games come on, he really shows up. And that's what the Clemson tape said. That's when you talk to their coaches and then you get around him in some of these competitive settings. Thought it was a real positive step in the right direction for Tyler today.
We'll wrap with you, Ted.
Okay. Sean, assessment of Cardi, the entire camp and all the way up to now. I understand that he could be one of the true steals of this entire.
Yeah, we're hopeful. He's definitely got a great way about himself. I think he's been really consistent. I thought he did a great job, and the type of standards he has for himself. He comes in the locker room, everybody's fired up. He hits a game-winning extra point, and he's mad at himself for the way that he hit the kickoff. And Jason Taylor does a great job of being able to finish that game off. But I've been really pleased with him. He's nice and steady. I think he and Tanner have both done a really good job of pushing one another. But Josh is a guy, there's a reason we drafted him. We felt so good about him coming out. And so he's done nothing to change those feelings up to this point. All right? Thanks, guys.
Stetson, a nice way to close things off with that touchdown. You orchestrated some long drives today, also obviously have the picks. What's your evaluation of your performance today?
Well, first of all, it was fun to get back out there with the guys. I thought everybody fought hard. I think we ran the ball really well. As far as my performance, I thought I played well, and then just made a bunch of bad decisions, if that's possible, right? If you can play well. But I think at the end, I'm proud that we fought back and were resilient in the end to make that drive. And like you said, we did have a lot of long drives, and then it seemed like it was me pretty much who stopped us today. And I know it's only scored I don't know how many, 13 points maybe, but. I don't know, good things to learn from and things we can build on to.
It's been a long time since you were in game action. How did it feel just getting back into it?
Yeah, it was good. I think I didn't get hit until the fourth quarter though, so that was kind of. I was like, oh, that's what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was I don't know. You feel your eyes kind of adjust as the game goes on, because I don't know, it's different. You don't really look at things. You kind of just see them. I don't know, but yeah. So it was good to get out.
Describe the touchdown play.
Well, it was fourth down, and they kind of covered us front side. Got to the back, felt somebody kind of off my back, and knew that fourth down, we got to go, and spun out. Miller did a great job with the scramble drill.
What's the value of going through a game like that for you personally in your development?
I think it's great, and I think it's just I don't know. I think it's really good to have. That was probably the weirdest game that I've ever been a part of, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. But I just kind of, I don't know. I told myself today we're going to roll with the punches, and we're going to, my goal was to not make any mental errors, which I know it was basically to run the offense correctly. And I know the interceptions are different, but like to run in and out of the huddle, execute. And I thought we did that for, majority of the day. There were some lapses, obviously. But, in the end, it was get the ball in the end zone or you lose. And I think everybody kind of, fought to do it.
Stetson, in terms of getting in and out of the huddle, for those of us who did watch all your training camp last year and the preseason, it did look different. The
Yeah.
way that you got guys in and out of the huddle,
Right.
lined everyone up and executed the motions and all
Mhm.
that. What changed for you in terms of building to that
Right.
and getting to that point where you're selling the huddle essentially?
Yeah, I think just not overthinking it. You get a play in, you give a play, and then you do your job. I think last year I was kind of building it up to be more than that. I was trying to find, I don't know, the answer somewhere that, the answer is listen to them. They tell you what to do it, right? Pretty much. And I think everybody did a good job. And, they do a great job of, because some players might hear part of the play that talks to them early on, and, it's just human nature to want to go, and they do a good job locking in until we get the cadence out, and then we go, everybody clap at the same time. So.
Stetson, at the beginning of preseason, you talked about kind of missing the game.
Yeah.
But on game day, did you feel some of that today?
Yeah, I did. I was sitting in there beforehand, and because you tell everybody, you're like, yeah, I'm excited to play, but I was sitting there and I found I was like, we get to play football today, it's pretty cool, and so I did get excited, and not too excited, I mellowed, tried to hold my emotions so I don't get burnt out and all that stuff, but it was just kind of brought a smile to my face, just like we get to go today. So.
How long did it take for you to get into the speed of the game? Because it's so different than anything you can ever do in practice.
Right. I don't know. I think he did a good job of getting me on the move. Mike did a good job of getting me on the move, getting my legs under me, taking quick, short passes first. And everybody else executed. And when everybody else executes around you, it's definitely easier for you to do your job.
When you play a full game, obviously you get more reps, but is there a benefit to just playing the entire game and Sean giving you that whole time versus?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe after that last episode.
Yeah, it definitely was. If only for like a conditioning, mental and physical, it definitely does make a difference. Just feeling what it feels like to go the whole time.
Stetson, you were given a mulligan after throwing your 5th interception. What's going through your mind as the pressure begins to mount?
We gotta go. We gotta score to win. So, who really, thank you. Let's go.
What was your thoughts on
what kind of value do you see in playing through your mistakes as a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, they were just. Again, you don't play for so long, and you see things like I said, and you know that it's happening, but you still kind of pull the trigger, and it's like, and then you learn from it, and it's like just these little things in your brain to where you don't throw it or you do throw it, and I think I learned a lot of those things because most of them, if it makes sense, like I did see them, and it was like, oh no, but you still pull the trigger, right? And it's all those other those reps that I've missed in the past year. Not making excuses, but there are things that definitely will be and need to be cleaned up. But just knowing what it feels like to be in there in the fire, bullets coming at you, and having to make the right decision and throw the right pass.
Stetson, what was your thoughts on what Jordan was able to do out there?
I thought he played really well. I thought he blocked well. I thought he was all the way in there. Thought he fought for the ball. I wish we would have got that corner, but we had a penalty. I thought he played really well.
Around you, Gary.
What was going through your mind, or what were you vocalizing as you kind of ran off the sideline? You threw the pass and you kept going.
Yeah.
I don't know, what was going through your mind? What were you saying?
Those are the kind of. It was funny. I had like almost an exact same thing. I don't know. I just locked eyes with Sean and with everybody else, and it's just kind of you just look and everything's like, I don't know. You're kind of floating. That was pretty cool.